Welcome to the road to $1 million in cryptocurrency live stream, where I'm going to document my journey over the next 300 days to see if it's possible to become a crypto millionaire. Now, if you're new, my name is Sash. I'm an entrepreneur and I believe in financial education because that is the only way you and I are going to build financial independence. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join me on this journey. This is day 17. Let's start. All right, everybody. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I think that we've got a lot. We've got a lot to address today, and it's not a very positive. Well, we'll try to make it positive, but it's not a very positive. It's not a very positive episode today. It's not. But we will address some very, very important factors. Okay, and that is to do with scams. Okay, and I think it is so important. So we're going to talk a lot about that today. Okay. Right, first, let's fire off a tweet though. Let's go over to the Twitter. We're going to go over the Twitter and we're going to fire off the tweet, and hopefully we are going to get some more exposure. Okay, so let's see here. Dear at Fishswap at Ketchup at Prism. Ooh, Prism. We're gonna have a lot of heated discussion today about Prism, you guys. Please, no scams. I'll be good, I promise. P.S. We are live. Hashtag crypto, hashtag DeFi, hashtag yield farming, hashtag I'm completely blank right now, you guys. Help me out with the hashtags here. Hashtag geek arts, hashtag money. Oh, hashtag investing. It's coming back to me. It's coming back to I started to remember what this live stream is all about. Hashtag 1 million. And we are going to hit the tweet button and tweet. Okay, perfect. You're gonna have to forgive me, you guys. You're gonna have to forgive me. I'm getting old. It's my old age. Okay, so guys, before we start, before I tell you about everything, okay, please, this is an emergency announcement. Please go and remove your funds from Prism Finance, okay? If you didn't do so yet, if you did not remove your liquidity, go and do it right now, okay? I don't know if it's even gonna work here. Let's see. Is it gonna work? All right, it works, okay? So if you go over, oops, what am I doing? All right, let's see which network I'm connecting to. Okay, perfect. So we are in, go to pools, and if you have liquidity in these pools here, as you can see, a lot of it's been emptied out. Okay, if you still have liquidity in there, please go do yourself a favor and go remove your liquidity right now. Go remove your stable coins, go remove your other coins, okay? Do the same thing if you're on the Polygon network. Okay, let's connect here. Let me see, you guys. Okay, connect pools. Yeah, and then go and do the same thing here, please. Go ahead and remove Your liquidity, I'm still seeing lots and lots and lots of liquidity in there. Your funds are not safe. I repeat, your funds are not safe. And of course, if you missed yesterday's live stream, then surprise, your funds are not safe. I know I'm making light of the situation, you guys, but this is like how we could potentially start to deal with it and face the reality that we might have been scammed. Most likely we have been scammed. Okay, now I don't know why Prism Finance is still working, but let me kind of qualify why I say this is a scam. Of course, if you are not a member of the Geek Arts Fam Telegram group, make sure you check that out in the description. I'll have a link to that there. But as you can see, my Prism Finance access, Prism Finance, where is it? Prism Finance. My Prism Finance access to the chat group has been revoked, and most likely yours has too. So please, guys, please, this is probably a rug pulling that we are seeing here. Okay, it's not the first of its kind. It's not the first. We're definitely also not surprised with the entire market tanking and with all the FUD that has been going on lately in that group. We're not surprised. Okay, please, if you still have liquidity in here, go ahead right now and try to unstake it. Okay. Of course, you can still see that I have some coins here, and I can still like compound and stuff like that. But basically, they're worthless. They're worthless. Okay, they're worthless. Anyways. So let's take a couple steps back. And if you're brand new to the channel, a warm welcome to you. Let's see if we have anybody here. We got APC in the house today. APC, how's it going? We also have Hey YG. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you. All right, cool. So let's take a couple steps back and talk about what led us to this point. The Prism Finance rug pull. Now, if you know anything about what we've been doing so far, me specifically, have started this live stream series to document my journey in cryptocurrency investing. Okay, so if you've never heard this before, I am a cryptocurrency miner and investor. I started out as an Ethereum miner, then became a Bitcoin miner, and now I am a DeFi investor, but I still do all those other things, okay? And so these are the different ways that I generate income and generate wealth, okay? And what I try to do on this channel is document and cover all of my investments, Prism Finance being one of them, okay? And so firstly, I just want to say that I am really sorry for all those people that trusted this particular platform. I mean, to an extent, I kind of trusted it too, but I'm obviously a bit paranoid about these kinds of things, and so I always like to hedge against risk, and that's why I jumped into this with my stable coins instead of buying the native token, the Prism token, which is now worth a whopping 29 cents. It's still amazing, actually, that it's held that much value. And then on the Binance Smart Chain here, we're looking at about 15 cents. I wonder if that would be some kind of support line. Let's actually have a look here. I have no idea. I might just go onto DexGuru and check. Anyways, so firstly, a series of events led us up to this point. And I thought this particular episode, this particular live stream could be used to address the very real world of scams and cons and malicious intent that exists in the crypto space. And hopefully also give you some tools and some And maybe we could just have a discussion actually about your experiences, but hopefully give you some tools to diagnose or assess projects that you might be interested in investing in, as well as some techniques that I personally use to go into some techniques that I use prior to going to any project. Okay, and so we start Prism Finance investing on the 5th of June, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We put it on a stable coin, start minting that Prism token, and then of course, as predicted, the price of the Prism token started to fall. But that wasn't the main red flag. Of course, we knew that was going to happen. A couple main things occurred that made me feel very, very uncomfortable leaving my my $950 worth of liquidity in there. And that was number one, the administrative team had no idea about how to run this project. In fact, on the group, I wish I could show you some screenshots, but on the group, they were like, guys, we're out of ideas, right? Like, I mean, you got so many people who put in thousands of dollars into this project, hoping that they could potentially, grow their money over time. But here you're saying, hey, yeah, we don't know why the coin price tanked, and we're out of ideas. So this for me is a very, very clear example of just hiring a developer on Fiverr or whatever it is, and this is a Fiverr clone, you guys. This is a Fiverr clone, and then just like trying to wing it and see if people would actually invest, and they did. They actually were able to wing it. But hopefully we can use the content here, we can use the channel here to try and protect some of you guys as well, educate you guys. All right, so yeah, make sure you pull your funds out of there. I already have pulled my funds out of there, and I'm probably gonna remove it from my main investment spreadsheet here very soon. But anyways, let's walk you through what the spreadsheet looks like right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and walk you through what the spreadsheet looks like right now. I think you guys can see that. Perfect. All right, and then we are going to, we'll come back to Prism. We'll also talk about a couple very important tools and practices, best practices that you can use in just a sec. But for now, let's go ahead and track our investments. We're also going to talk about Fishswap in relation to the whole scam situation that's happening in the DeFi space right now. Yeah, I think it's really important. Anyways, so you'll notice that my Fishswap position is a little bit lower than it usually is, and that is of course because that interest rate there is considerably lower, and that is because we have more liquidity in the pool right now. So we're doing just over 1,000% per year, which is around 3% per day. The return is not amazing, but it's still pretty good. The coin price is still holding above 12 cents, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and write this number down, 771. To show you our profitability here. By the way, if you would like to get access to this spreadsheet, you can download it for free in the description. Okay, and the reason why I'm using a spreadsheet is because I want to show you guys that it's really, really, really important to track your investments. Okay, not just what you're making, but also what you are spending. Okay, so these are all my expenses here. I'm probably going to add a gas column here very, very soon to show you guys that, hey, it's not free to invest. It's not free. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the Bitcoin. Actually, before we do so, let's compound this investment. Let's compound this investment. So I'm going to head over to the farm section. I'll click on harvest, and I am going to click on confirm. I'm also going to address some of the risk associated with Fishswap right now. Okay, I mean, obviously not right now immediately, but we're going to circle back to to this. This is very, very, very important. Okay, I know that I'm documenting my investment journey here with Fishswap, and you're seeing all these amazing numbers, and maybe some of you have started investing because of what I'm doing and because of some of the numbers that I'm doing. But please, please, please understand the risks are real, guys. The risks are very real. Okay, please understand that. Okay, so I've just harvested that, and I should have it in my wallet, 772. I'm gonna go ahead and compound it, put it back in, and let's click confirm. Okay, so notice I paid 3 gas fees there. That was around 0.001 BNB. Okay, and so if you're paying a gas fee, please always make sure that you are tracking that spend. Okay, and of course you don't have to track it every single day, but if you want to be OCD like me, you can definitely do so. All right, so I've compounded my investment there. So as you can see, I now have 22,673 fish tokens in the pool. All right, let's head over to Ketchup Finance and show you our second investment here. And as you can see, I've earned about 1,209 Ketchup tokens in the last day. Let's head over to the pool section. We're still at over 2,000% there, which is really, really nice. The liquidity has been increasing slowly, so more people are jumping into this. And that has basically, you could say, has given us about $90. But I put it at about, I'll put it at about $72 per day, give or take. Let's say $70 per day, right around what we predicted. And so that's really nice. That takes our profitability up from around $180. That definitely takes our profitability up. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put in this value, 1,210. But just keep in mind that this is the real number here, $72, or about 900 tokens per day. But since we are compounding it right now, 1,210, 1,210. I think it will be better to do that. And let's go ahead and jump into the pool here. Click harvest. Click confirm. This is the 4th gas fee that I'm paying. So keep that in mind. If you are participating in multiple pools, you will have to keep that in mind. Okay, let's go ahead and put that back in. 1,156. Notice that was lower. That was lower than what I withdrew, and if I'm not mistaken, that is the tax. Okay, let's see, Ketchup 7 token. Yeah, so you'll notice that I was only able to deposit 1,100 and something tokens, even though I harvested 1,200 and something tokens. Okay, and so the tax is real. Okay, and the tax is usually extracted at the point at which you harvest. Okay, or if you buy or sell. Okay, so yeah, so you could say that I technically did not earn that much after tax. They tax you? I mean, geez, so annoying, right? Anyways, so let's go ahead and take a look at the mining profitability. So mining profitability, USD, BTC USD. And let me grab my phone here and just have a look at my profitability over the last 24 hours. Okay, so we're up a little bit, 0.00033185, which is, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Whoa, 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 what's going on, man? Okay, let's do that again, 0.00031185. So about $10.95. $10.95, and that's how I put it in there. Yesterday was the 8th. So the last 24 hours is what we are measuring. And then here we are going to also put the 8th. And let's go ahead and check out how much do I have in my mining balance. Okay, so I've got about 0.5. And so let's go here to ETH, 0.5. It says about $126, but I usually take that amount and I subtract it from the previous day. So you can say the previous day was around 53. So I go here, I say, what is it? Where is it? 126. 126.49 minus 53.72. 53.72 equals about $72, and then from that $72 I'm going to subtract the number of hours from my last. Okay, basically I usually measure this at 11 a.m. every day, so that's me. You know, I'm just kind of OCD like that. So you could say I could probably just subtract about $10 to $12. So our average, we could say, is about 60 here. Okay, perfect. So over the last 24 hours, let's have a look. Our total here went up to $4,261. And if you're confused about what you're looking at, I'll just give you a quick, a really quick explainer as to how I break up my investments. Okay, so if you're brand new, I have gotten into mining Ethereum in December, and so I started mining ETH. I then diversified after paying off my graphics cards. Took some of that profit and bought some Bitcoin ASIC miners, and then I started mining both Bitcoin and ETH at the same time. And so the first category there is mining revenue, okay? And then that to date you could say is about $10,000. And then with Ketchup Finance, with Fishswap, and of course Prism, which probably no longer counts. The second category here is called DeFi, decentralized finance. And so that makes up the second part of my investments. This is where we start to find lots of different similar projects in decentralized finance that can provide us with daily revenue. Of course, you know, it depends on the project. But anyways, I'm invested in Ketchup, Fishswap, and I used to be invested in Prism, but technically I still have about $2 that I earned from Prism. So hey, which let's see. Okay, anyways, so the total from that, you could say I've earned about $4,000, give or take. And then my main portfolio here, these are projects. This is the third category, by the way. So these are projects that I believe have long-term potential. Cardano, Solana, ADA, VeChain, you know, these are the kinds of projects that I hold long-term in this third section here. Okay, this is minus ETH and BTC. Okay, so that's how I track it, and this is what the pie chart looks like so far. That's kind of how I diversify my investments. You can still see 69% or almost 70% of our investment still comes from mining revenue, which is awesome. Okay, so if you want to be successful, you know, I always say this in every live stream, please track your numbers, okay? Make sure you know how much you're spending, how much you're earning, okay? So what you see here is the total earnings, you could say about $15,200. But of course, after expenses, we're looking at about $4,261 so far, okay? So that is currently net profit. But this particular part here, which is total earnings, that is gross profit. Okay, so very important to understand. Let's look at the daily averages here. You could say that Bitcoin is doing about $10 a day, ETH about $52 a day, Ketchup about $95 a day, which is really interesting, but I would probably put that at about $70 unless we start compounding. We'll measure this time tomorrow to see if that's truly accurate. But the formula is just set up to measure the average earnings every day. Fish is doing over $100 on average, but of course we did earn less over the last 24 hours. Okay, and then of course Prism, which which was part of our portfolio, I only have about $1, $1 a day from Prism, which I'll probably just cash that out and just forget about that project and count it as a loss. Okay, so you could say here that we went up in profitability. Okay, I don't know if you guys can actually see this. Let's make it a little bit bigger, and yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so you could say that our total daily right now is around $268 per day, or about $8,000 per month in revenue. Now, do I think this is sustainable? Absolutely not, because of course the more people enter these liquidity protocols, the less the return is for everyone already in the pool. Okay, so what that means is, if I am in a pool here, if more people enter this pool, my interest rate goes down, and so I end up earning less every day. Okay, so that's how it works. And of course, if people cash out, then that interest rate goes up, and I start earning more every day. So it's variable. Okay, it's variable. All right, so let's see. Yeah, perfect. That is what I have so far. There are a couple other projects that I am looking at, but that's currently what we're doing. So I think a good milestone for us to hit would be about $1,000 a day. And when we do, we might do like a big giveaway or something. Or if the channel, reaches like, I don't know which would happen first. Would we hit $1,000 a day first? Or would we hit 10,000 subscribers first? All right, which one do you think is going to happen first? Make sure you let me know in the comments section, because that, I think, will be the milestone where we give away. We might give away like, $1,000 or something. I don't know. We might give away more. Who knows? All right. Right. So let's actually head over to the chat here in case I'm ignoring anybody, which I apologize. So yes, APC is here. Yodi is in the chat. Welcome, Yodi. Greetings and shout out to Bali, which hopefully will be a destination for us very, very soon. We appreciate you joining. Glad to watch this guy. I am saved from a scam token. I hope so. I hope we can use this forum, this channel to bring more exposure to this space. And we are going back and talking about fish because I believe there is some inherent risk there, and we're gonna go back and talk about it in just a sec. Sri Abhinav says, which is, I believe that Yodi is referring to Prism, but there are lots of scams out there. Okay, Polygold was one of them, which happened like a few days ago. Not yesterday, the day before. I can't remember. It might have been yesterday. I don't know. Hey YG says $1,000 in a day will happen faster. Okay, $1,000 in a day is going to happen faster, which means that's probably when our giveaway will also happen. Right. So let me go back and let me talk about fish. Let me talk about fish. Okay, so let's actually open up the Twitter. Let's open up the Twitter and talk about this as well. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Of course they are 5% per week. Okay, what is this? Okay, so I think this is a good place to start. Okay, one of their posts. This is Fishswap, by the way, one of the protocols that I'm invested in. one of their posts on May 29th said 5% per week for price stability. Read more in the Telegram channel. What is this about? What is this about, right? Mr. MCZ is in the live stream. Hello, Mr. MCZ. Welcome. Guys, MCZ is like my best friend from high school. We know each other for like ever, for ages. He knew me before. I should probably not give this away, right? Before I was so smart and successful. He knew me back then. But yeah, okay, so let's address this. What is this whole 5% thing per week? This refers to the airdrop that was promised to everybody who joined the Fishswap family, if you like, the Fishswap system. So let me just backtrack a little bit all the way to the very beginning and show you what they publicized and published in order to grow so virally. So in case you are not familiar with Fishswap's viral growth, let's open it up here. The Fishswap channel. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. It says 140,000 members. Okay, and if we actually look at their followers here, 132,000 followers. All right. When somebody looks at this project, somebody who's brand new to the project, when somebody looks at those numbers, they're like, oh, that's a really legit platform. They've got a huge social media presence. They are, they're legit. They're legit. And so I just want to say, these people are not legit. Okay, alarm, newsflash, woo, scary, scary. Okay, just hear me out for a sec. The reason why I say that is because, number one, that growth happened virally as that growth was designed, it was engineered, okay? Let me show you how it was designed and how it was engineered. What you're looking at here is one of their first announcements on April 28th that says, we're going to basically give away an airdrop of up to 2,920 fish. We're also going to give away an airdrop of up to 110,000 fish. And every time you invite somebody to the Fish platform and to the Fish Telegram group, you will get 40 fish. So every time you refer somebody, okay? Distribution of the airdrop 30th May. It is now the 9th of June. And guess what, people? The airdrop didn't happen. Okay, now I personally don't mind. But let me show you how this viral growth was engineered. Because this is a marketing lesson. So in case you are a marketer for your platform, or in case you want to help me build the Geek Arts dApp, and we can market it together, this is how we might end up doing so. This is like an amazing execution of marketing, of viral marketing. All right, so what they did was they set up a bot. I'm hoping that you guys can actually see this. Let me close that so it's not in the way, okay? By the way, that's my McLaren. You know, I took a picture of it in the sunset a couple of days ago in Al Qudra Desert, you know, and I just love looking at it every day, and so that's why it's in my wallpaper there, in my dreams, okay? It's a joke, you guys. I wish. Plus, I wouldn't be so lavish. But anyways, I digress. So this is the airdrop bot, and the airdrop bot is designed with a few tasks, the airdrop bot was designed with a few tasks in mind. And they basically say, okay, here you've got some mandatory tasks. Join the Telegram group, follow us on Twitter, join the advertiser Telegram, follow the advertiser's Twitter. Optional tasks, tweet about your opinion using Fishswap. And then if you wanted to get to get a chance to win the 2,000 something fish, then of course you could become an investor, right? But basically every person who just completed the basic tasks, they are supposed to get 220 times, how many people do we have? I think we probably had about 132,000. Okay, each person was supposed to get 220 tokens minimum. I know many people who qualify for thousands of tokens. All right, but notice here, the minimum they needed to pay out by May 30th, which they publicly announced, was 29 million tokens. But let's go back to the platform, you guys, and let's see how fraudulent activity is happening in plain sight. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look. All right, and now you might think, oh, Sash, but you're a hypocrite. You are still invested in there. You're a hypocrite, Sash. You're invested in there. I'll tell you why in just a sec, okay? But notice that the circulating supply today, on the 9th of June, is less than what they owe on the airdrop, okay? So of course, they don't own all of the circulating supply. Many people, like me included, own part of the circulating supply. But notice that the total circulating supply is less than the airdrop amount that they owe people. So of course, this is a debt that they cannot pay. So what did they do? They decided, okay, we're gonna come up with some creative crap. Okay, please excuse my language. To convince people that they're going to get the airdrops. Okay, so of course I cannot find it in here, but because the group is so huge. But basically they said, if I remember correctly, they said, yeah, guys, we're not going to be able to give everybody the airdrop right now, so we're going to stagger the distribution, and we're going to give only a percentage of people the airdrop starting on May 30th. Newsflash, it didn't happen, okay? Even though they probably own, and I will go to the holder address here, and this is like research for you guys, okay? Okay, so this is the main address here, and that particular address owns about 14 million fish tokens. This, of course, is the contract address, which has about 10 million. And this, of course, the second address here, that's the burn address. So all the coins in all the projects around the world get sent to that address to get burned. Okay, but you could say that about 30%, they hold about 34% of the supply right now. 14 million tokens, but yet they did not fulfill their obligation. Okay. And so May 30th passed, everybody is upset, everybody is calling Fishswap a scam, okay? So if you're in this official Fishswap group here, everybody's calling it a scam because they reneged on their obligation, which they publish, okay? They went to Twitter and they published this, okay? This is public knowledge, you guys. And they're like, yeah, we're just gonna decide not to do it. We're just deciding not to do it. Okay, and then recently they came up with some interesting, creative, procedures that they said, okay, yeah, we're gonna distribute it, but each distribution is gonna have a smart lock system. And this smart lock is going to prevent, quote unquote, prevent you from selling your fish tokens, okay? It's gonna be locked in your wallet or whatever, okay? BS. I did not believe it, okay? That was just an excuse. Seriously, okay? All these people, all these poor, hopeful people who referred all their friends from around the world are getting shafted, okay? And then a couple days ago, they said, hey, okay, we're going to fulfill this airdrop, but we're only gonna select 10,000 random addresses, And we're doing this to protect investors, by the way. We're doing this this procedure to protect the price of fish and protect investors. Because if we airdrop what we were supposed to airdrop, we are going, the fish price is going to tank, okay? You should have thought about that before you announced the airdrop in the first place. Did you not do this research, fish team? Huh? Did you not do this? Did you not think this through? Maybe they didn't realize that maybe they didn't realize that they would grow so virally, right? Maybe they didn't think that their bot would be so effective. But it was effective, people. It was effective. And all of you guys, unfortunately, me included, are not getting the airdrop, okay? And so they said, okay, we successfully distributed, let's see, where is it here? Distribution completed. 10,000 random addresses received 11 fish each. I mean, I don't know how that makes you feel, but let's calculate how much that is here. 11 times 0.12 cents. Okay, that's $1. $1.32 per person, per address. But guess what? Almost every single person that I've been following in the Telegram group, and there are thousands of them in there, have reported to have not received even this airdrop of 11 fish tokens. Okay, so apparently that didn't happen. That did not happen, right? And then of course, recently they let's go down here. Okay, recently they said this Sunday, I don't know if you guys can see this, really small. It says this Sunday 5,000 random users will be selected for 100 fish tokens. Then the airdrop will be completely ended and a winners list will also be provided. What the hell, right? What, like seriously, what, like why? How can you trust people like this, right? How can you trust people like this who don't know how to communicate that they screwed up? They don't know how to ask for forgiveness. They fabricate all these weird procedures and protocols and give people hope so that people would remain loyal. And if I'm not mistaken, I definitely believe this has been contributing to the fish price going down. And it is going to continue to contribute to the fish price going down. Right now to the point where people are calling it a scam. But because we like technical stuff, we like looking at technical analysis, we're actually gonna go in and look at their white paper. We might even go in and look at whether they have a migrator code in place or not, and whether they have renounced ownership or not, which by the way, I don't think they have, which means this has potential for rug pull, okay? In other words, they could completely liquidate everybody if they just withdrew the tokens in the pool. But we're still invested, and I'm really, really, really hoping that next week will be a big payday, not just for me, but for everybody, when they launch fish on the centralized exchanges. Who knows? They might have lied about that too, but we're hoping. If that happens, okay, my advice to you, I always say this is not financial advice, do whatever you want, okay? But if I were to say as a friend, what I would do is I would take my fish, my entire bag, and use that as an exit point, okay? I would take it and I would sell it on MXC, whatever it is, at $1, okay? The listing price is $1, which means if you have 22,000 fish like me, $22,000 exit for you there, my friends, okay? Sorry, I've been ranting, I've been missing out on chat, and so let's read some messages. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so I got a couple more people, and I need to go through this. All right. Mr. MCZ is here. Yes, Mr. Paul Ermston is also here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We appreciate you. Hey, told you I subbed. Paul from Ketchup TG here. Paul, welcome, welcome, welcome. We really appreciate you on the live stream. Yodi says, Prism, bro, I'm almost done some investment on Prism because of the high APR. Yes, yes. And yeah, guys, in case you got in late, please remove your funds from Prism. That's another rug pull that's probably happened. They closed the Telegram group, you guys. They closed the Telegram group. We're about to be... I should probably not use swear words on the live stream, so as to not get demonetized. Let me keep it together. Let me keep it calm. Okay. Let's see. Pook Lamb is in the live stream. Welcome, Pook. We appreciate you joining today. I think $1,000 is faster than 10K subs, but I hope you will have both. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And if, by the way, guys, if you haven't liked this yet, please give us a big old thumbs up. That tells the algorithms, whether you're on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube, it tells the algorithms that more people should be seeing this content. So please hit that like button. That really, really helps us out. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so as well. And it would really, really help us if you shared this content so more people can be safe. There are so many people losing money. Please invite them to our live stream. They don't have to subscribe. They can just watch an episode, and then if they like it, then they can subscribe. But at least invite them. At least invite them, okay? Hey, YG says, the McLaren joke again. It is not a joke. It is a dream, okay? It is a dream, and it's real. It's real. All right. Hanil says, just got in. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. I appreciate you. Shri Abhinav says, Geek, I have a feeling that they are going to list ERC20 fish in CEX. Good vibes. I have no idea. I have no idea, but I might open up MXC and log in and show you what that looks like. They're very similar to Binance in that they have multi-chain support. Okay, so your wallet, your receiving wallet on MXC, on Binance, on Who, on Bithumb will be multi-chain, which means you can send BSC, ERC, regular Binance coins, maybe even Tron to the same wallet, and then you can just use it on the platform there. So that's really helpful. It's good to know as well. Shri says they did a poll about it in which network you want to see fish. Interesting. And ERC, oh my gosh, ERC20 though, that's going to be expensive. That's going to be really expensive if you're doing it on chain. Most CEX platforms operate off chain. Okay, well, not entirely. They operate partially off chain, which means you can still see your transactions, your buys, your purchases, your sends, and your receives on chain. But if I'm not mistaken, your trades are not on chain, which means you can't track it because they're the market maker, which is awesome for us, by the way. It's really awesome. Let's see. MCZ says, we appreciate the research, bro. Big ups for the most up-to-date information on the interweb. That is why we are here. That is why we're here. We hope that we can be as valuable to as many people as possible. As many people as possible. She says, nope, 3 people got 11 fish. Okay, perfect. So that means that, and they told that they are from the UK, but their English is very bad. Yes. Okay, so I think you're saying 2 things there. So the first is that some people did receive their 11 fish, which is about $1. If you are one of those people, let us know in the comment section. Okay, and then maybe we'll release an apology tomorrow. But hey, I think we're within our rights as supporters of this network to question and make our voices heard. And by the way, when I ask these questions in the Telegram group, they time me out for like an hour and they randomly block my chats. Can you believe it? No freedom of speech. What the heck? Let's see. Yeah, so they told that they are from the UK, but their English is very bad. Are you referring to the administrative team or are you referring to the people that received the fish tokens? Which one is it? I also heard that the administrative team said that they're from the UK, but the English is bad, which tells me they're full of crap. And they probably live there, but they're like immigrants from another country. Right. Mzizi says, let's hope this is not a classic rug pull, fingers crossed. I hope so too. I'm invested in this. And I mean, I'm counting on this too, right? But I think that, it would be irresponsible of me if I did not bring this to your attention, right? I think it would be irresponsible if I did not bring this to your attention. So that's why I'm telling you. That's why I'm letting you know. But please do your own research. We're gonna obviously look at fish in just a sec and see what's happening. Shri says, Geek, they know that people will sell on the CEX. You got this. For sure. And I'm pretty sure they might also sell their entire bag on the CEX. Can you imagine? They have, how much do they have right now? 14 million. They have 14 million tokens. Can you imagine $14 million at a $1 price listing? They'll completely liquidate the entire fish network if they sold. So to protect ourselves, to hedge against this risk, we should sell first. So make sure you do your KYC, people. Make sure you do your KYC. Go register, set up your MXC accounts, and yeah. Yodi says, bro, if you can give us advice, I really want to know about Mayo. I really want to know about Mayo because I put some investment there. We'll look at it. Let's look at it together. Let's look at it together. And Shredded Bra said, hey, Shredded Bra is in the house. Welcome, Shredded Bra. Appreciate you. Really big sell now on fish. Man, I hope I'm not causing all this fun, but I'm just a little guy, you guys. I'm just a little guy. But I did tweet about it. So hey, let's see. Like this for me is an opportunity to express myself as well as to give you a voice, right? Because they are not giving you a voice and you are putting your money in there and that is not fair. Okay, let's actually have a look here at what the price is doing right now. We actually did have a bit of a sell-off earlier today as well, and then people bought back in, but let's have a look. Oh my gosh, you are right. Okay, yeah, so we are seeing a little bit of a dump. Okay, there's a bit of panic selling that's happening right now. I think that I'm not gonna sell. I got into this with a long-term vision, for sure. And part of my thinking with the CEX exit is to get my principal off the table, right? If I can get my principal off the table, I might reinvest back into fish, assuming it does not end up becoming a scam. But I want to make sure I liquidate my entire bag, so as to, and just watch it for a little while to see if the fish admin team liquidates theirs as well. Because if they liquidate that 14 million fish that they currently own, of course the price will tank, but it will also mean that they'll just like give up on the project. And I wouldn't put it past them. They've proven so far through their really bad communication, through their censorship in the Telegram group, that they cannot be trusted. They've proven, right? When you try to have conversations with them and ask them, their bot blocks you, they time you out, and they say, oh no, you're spreading FUD. So, forget that. You and I need to protect ourselves because we put our hard-earned money into this project. So we have a right to protect ourselves. But anyways, if you are seeing some selling happening, I would probably say don't panic, because I would probably say don't panic. That's all I would say. But the time to potentially be very, very cautious is when they list on the CEX. Okay, it's when they list on the CEX. That's when you should really very closely watch your balances and all of that stuff. Okay, be very careful. All right, so I want to quickly address a few things here. First, I want to address the Fishswap security situation right now, and then secondly, I want to also look at Mayo Swap. Okay, sorry, I'm a bit slow today. Right, so let's actually look at the Fishswap audit firstly, because I feel like it's my responsibility to show you this. Okay, that was a bad idea. Let's not do that. Okay, so this is the Fishswap audit. If you didn't read it, this came out May 2021. This is by Tech Rate. By the way, take these audits with a pinch of salt. I mean, of course, these people are. This is a business as well, right? So I can go to Tech Rate and I can pay them, and they can do an audit for me, and so that's how it works, right? So they give you the status here on issues. They say issue description, and then of course compiler warnings passed, race conditions and retransi cross-function race conditions passed, possible delays in data delivery passed. So what this is measuring so far, this first section here is measuring the network, okay, and the ability to withstand external attacks. Okay, Oracle calls passed, front running passed. Okay, apparently there is no front running, even if you increase that slippage, which basically means bots can buy the fish ahead of your sell, and they can probably put in sorry, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so if you're so front running, in case you're not familiar with that term, let's show you here on Ketchup. On Ketchup, it makes more sense. So let's go to exchange. In case you are not sure what a front running is, okay, let's unlock wallet. Nope. Unlock wallet. Binance Smart Chain. What the heck? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, so let's say we want to use USDT, and we want to buy Ketchup, right? So let's say we want to spend $10,000. Okay, we want to buy $10,000 worth of Ketchup. Notice that price impact automatically is 6.4%, which means that you will not get the full amount. You will not get 100% of your Ketchup that they're showing here. You will get less, 6.4%. But hey, you can also go in and you can set the slippage higher. And when you do, it says your transaction may be front run. What does that mean? That means bots can basically get in and they can buy and sell at a lower rate. And so you end up paying a higher rate and they can pocket the difference. Okay, so that's what front running means, at least that's in my interpretation. So keep that in mind when you do set the slippage. That is usually a risk, a potential risk. But hey, that's like for Ketchup, for example, we've measured that. But let's go back to the audit here so you can actually understand this. So they say front running is passed, which means that you can't get front run or something. Timestamp, okay, etc. DOS would revert, DOS would block gas limit. Okay, most of these refer to hacker type activity, right? That's cool. It's cool that they're passing most of the network related risks or network associated risks with platforms of this nature. But let's go over to the bottom section. This is where people miss out. They just read pass. They have no idea what this is, and they're like, oh yeah, the site is safe. Ooh. Okay, but let's go over to security issues here, and owner privileges especially. Okay, so low severity issues and owner privileges. Block gas limit. The update emission rate function can fail due to the block gas limit if the pool size is too big. Not a very big problem. Not a very big problem. We've experienced this before on other platforms. But so far so good. It's been emitting, no problem. Add function issue. Okay, this is where they can modify the code and they could potentially steal your funds. Okay, issue. If some LP token is added to the contract twice using the function add, then the total amount of reward in the function update pool will be incorrect. Recommendation: add the mapping from address to bool and check that the same address will not be added twice, which means that there's no double charge or double spend, right? So that's the first risk. But this part here really upsets me. This part right here is where rug pulls can happen. Okay, this part right here, please pay attention. This is where rug pulls can happen. Okay, owner can mint tokens before transferring the ownership of the token to the master chef. They still have ownership. They have not, as far as I know. We'll look at the white paper in just a sec. I might be wrong, okay, so you'll have to excuse me for that, but it says here that they have not transferred ownership to the master chef. They still have ownership, which means that they can print whenever they feel like it. Okay, owner can change the bonus end block. Okay, so what that means is they can obviously determine the rate of return there. Owner can change the deposit fee to any amount. This could be risky for investors if the deposit fee is very big. Okay, so let's say, for example, I want to get into the fish pool here. Maybe they add other pools. Maybe it's this pool here. Okay, right now you can see deposit fee is 0, which is awesome. You don't pay anything when you want to get in. They could easily change it to 100%. Easily. That's what that says. Which means is that if you buy fish and you decide to stake it, if it says deposit fee 100%, or maybe they don't even publish it. Maybe they just put it in the code, but they don't update it on the site. You could potentially lose all your fish and it can go straight to them as 100% deposit. Okay, so that's another risk. Owner can withdraw reward tokens from the contract. Can you believe this? In other words, they can liquidate the pool just like what happened with Polygold. Okay, owner can change the deposit fees of the pools up to 100%. We just said that. Owner can withdraw reward tokens from the contract. We just said that, okay? So what this tells me, people, is that Fishswap is not safe. Okay, I know that I'm invested in this platform. I know that I'm documenting my experience, but hey, I'm learning as well. I'm not happy with this situation. I'm hoping that by publishing this information, you're not going to go randomly freak out and start selling, but you would rather try and hold the team accountable. If the team is watching this information, I'm not trying to diss Fishswap. I believe in this project long term, but I do not believe in shady practices. And you, if you're a Fishswap admin and you're watching this, you owe it to your investors and your people to make this right. Okay, you need to make sure the platform is safe, so investors are secure, so that their funds are secure. You need to transfer that ownership from to the master chef immediately. You need to make sure you remove those migrator codes and those random protocols that can allow you to mint your tokens whenever you feel like it, to change your deposit fee whenever you feel like it. Okay, so if you're listening to this Fish admin, that's my request to you. And I will continue to be an investor and I will continue to promote the platform. But if that doesn't happen, if you continue to censor people, if you continue to do these shady practices, unfortunately, I might just pull out of this platform and look for another alternative investment. Okay, you do not deserve our investment. Okay, we are putting our money in this platform. Okay, we have the power here, us investors, we have the power. Okay, you Fish admin team, you do not deserve us and our investments if you decide to behave this way. Okay, but you do have a chance to make this right, so please make this right. Okay, sorry guys, sorry, that was too serious. I apologize. I didn't mean to scare anybody off. Okay, anyways, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so Shri says, Geek, I told 3 people receive fish sarcastically because I scrolled up the main fish group and some time and see 3 people claiming they got it and I didn't get it, and I am WebNet World 12. Oh, got it. Hey YG says, I don't think they'll list on CEX. I have a feeling they'll rug. I do too, but let's hope. Okay, if I were you, I would remove my principal investment and just keep your profit in there. That's what I would do to protect yourself against this risk. So at least you know your own money is not at risk. I still have about $1,500 of my own money in there, already cashed out $1,000 last week. Jeffrey Aditya is in the chat. Welcome. We appreciate you. He says, hi, Jez. I'm here, no FOMO from the Telegram. Do they have a legitimate proof that the CEX listing is going to happen? Good luck on your channel, bro. We always ask, but unfortunately, they do not respond. They do not respond, and all we've seen are the Telegram posts. That's all the proof we have. And maybe some Twitter posts as well, which means nothing clearly. Shri says, anyone seen announcements from any CEX about listing Fish? Team says 14th June as the listing date. Jeffrey says, I've been checking on BitThumb and MXC, Twitter, but nothing in there. I have not personally, I have not seen any listings or any announcements rather that Fish will be listed there soon, especially since it's around the corner. But prepare for anything, you guys. Prepare for anything. This particular team has proven to be very, very suspicious. So prepare for anything. Alexander NN is in the chat. Welcome, Alexander. Appreciate you. Send me a link to the Geek Arts fam Telegram. It is in the description. So if you click on the description, you should find it in there. And then Hey YG says check the bio. Yeah, so I imagine that is the description that you're referring to. Okay, cool. So we've looked at a couple things. Let's actually look at their white paper, because it's good to give them the benefit of the doubt as well. I'm not read our Fishswap white paper. For some reason, it is in PDF form. It is in PDF form. Okay, so let's see here. We know all of this stuff. We know that it's a BEP20 token. Accumulates, blah, 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 blah. We know that. We know that new features, Fishswap and BNB as a bridge currency. Every pair, including BNB, is one of its assets. This makes routing simpler. Okay, so they route via BNB, which is nice. However, this rule imposes significant costs on liquidity providers. A liquidity provider has exposure to BNB and can suffer impermanent loss. Okay, of course, that's normal. Very, very important there. So keep that in mind. If you are investing in the farm, okay, if you are farming, when you provide a liquidity pair, you can suffer impermanent loss. So please don't use volatile tokens. At least use one stable coin, which is going to be fixed in price. Okay, so yeah, they also say here, it's better if you try and use like stable coins or whatever. Okay, price oracle. The marginal price offered by Fishswap, not including fees at the time, can be computed by dividing the reserves of asset by the reserves, by the reserves of asset A by the reserves of asset B. I don't know what they're referring to. Okay, since arbitragers. Okay, so in other words, if you're trying to arbitrage this, arbitragers, interesting, will trade Fishswap if this price is incorrect by sufficient amount to make up for the fee. The price offered by Fishswap tends to track the relative market price of the assets as shown by this particular annotation. Okay, so however, Fishswap v1 is not safe to use as an on-chain price oracle because it is very easy to manipulate. They're even saying this, which I appreciate. Suppose some other contract uses the current BNB DAI price to settle a derivative. An attacker who wishes to manipulate the measured price can buy BNB from a BNB DAI pair, trigger a settlement on the derivative contract, causing it to settle based on an inflated price. Okay, so this is another way of saying front running in a way. Fishswap can improve this oracle functionality by measuring and recording the price before the first trade of each block or equivalently after the trade of the previous. For real world example of how to use Fishswap as an oracle can make the contract available vulnerable to such an attack. I wonder if the Fishswap team actually wrote this themselves or just like outsourced this white paper. Really, like, this is crazy. The price is more difficult to manipulate than prices during a block if the attacker submits a trade. They're always talking about attackers here. Okay, we think that these people are the main attackers, right? Precision, because of solidity, does not, okay, blah, 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 blah. Unit, okay, super complicated stuff. I'll let you guys read that on your own. Flash swaps. In Fishswap, a user purchasing ABC with XYZ needs to send the XYZ to the contract before they can receive ABC. This is inconvenient. If that user needs ABC, they are buying in order to obtain XYZ. They are paying with, for example, the user might be using that ABC to purchase XYZ in some other contract in order to arbitrage a price difference from Fishswap. They're still talking about external things here. Protocol fee. Fishswap includes a 0.05% protocol fee. Very important, which is also not that high, which is awesome. If turned on, this fee could be sent to a fee to address specified to the factory contract. Initially, fee 2 is not set and no fee is collected. Okay, so this goes back to the deposit fee section. Okay, so what they're saying is that that deposit fee has not been turned on yet, but at any time this can be turned on, which tells me that the Fishswap team did not write this themselves. They definitely outsourced this to maybe their auditors. Okay, it's really interesting. It's really weird. If the fee to address is set, the protocol will begin charging a 5 basis point fee, which is then taken as a 1/6 cut of the 30 basis point fees earned by liquidity providers. That is, traders will continue to pay a 0.3% fee on all trades. 83.3% of that fee, which is 0.25% of the amount traded, will go to liquidity providers, and 16% of that fee, aka 0.05% of the amount, will go to the fee to address. So in other words, what they're saying here is that they are pocketing I don't know if this is too small. Might as well make it a bit bigger. I apologize, you guys. I apologize. Okay, so let's go down here. Meta transactions for pool shares. Okay, we're not interested in that. Solidity. We're not interested in that. Contract architecture. Okay. In fact, even part of the functionality can be pulled out of the router into the contract as mentioned above. Fishswap stores the last recorded balance of each asset. Okay. Is agnostic. Handling non-standard unusual tokens, BEP20, Boolean, Fish interprets the missing return of those improper movement. Okay, so this is talking about the DEX functionality, initialization of the liquidity token supply. Fish will initial stage supply to be equal to the amount of BNB deposit. This is somewhat reasonable value because if the initial liquidity was deposited at the correct price, then one liquidity pool share, which is like BNB, is an 18 decimal token worth approximately 2 BNB. That's talking about when they started their liquidity, when they launched the platform back in April. Okay. Wrapping BNB, deterministic pair addresses, contract single create upcode generates. Okay, maximum token balance. In order to efficiently implement Oracle mechanism, Fishswap v2 only supports reserve balances of up to 2,112 minus 1. This number is high enough to support 18 decimal place tokens in a total supply of over 1 quadrillion. If either reserve balance goes down above does go above 2,112 minus 1, any call to the swap function will begin to fail. This is very, very specific to the algorithm. So most of us are probably not going to understand that. I'll have to do some reading off the stream just to kind of like put it in simple words for you guys. Okay, but if you want to read that on your own, you can definitely do so. The fish doors are now open. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We know this. How does Fishswap work? Initial liquidity, Fishswap, etc., etc. multipliers as set below. 36 fish rewards. Okay, 1 fish reward. Okay, trading fee will be distributed 0.3 fee to all swaps. Okay, so you are paying a 0.3 fee every time you swap. That's normal. How will fish release and distribute? Fish tokens are liquidity pools according to the respective multiplier. That's normal. Early farmers will be greatly rewarded in terms of block. The total supply of fish is 17.7 million during the white paper writing. And disclaimer, this paper is for general purposes only, does not constitute investment advice, etc., 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 etc. Legal, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they're not really talking about some of the most important things like ownership of the contract, like the migrator code. They're not talking, notice they're not talking at all about themselves and what rights they have in relation to this platform. They're only talking about external risks, and they're obviously talking about some of the algorithms that are at play within this platform. But that's something that's super sketchy to me, personally speaking. Okay, so what are we seeing here? We're seeing an effective emission rate of about 20 fish per block. If they do their weekly burn, which they have been very good at, so I want to just say thank you, Fishswap team, for actually doing that weekly burn. That's basically bringing that block emission down to about 15 per block after the weekly burn. Again, don't quote me on this, please do your own math, but that means that emissions right now, we're looking at 576,000 fish per day. However, after the weekly burn, we're looking at a controlled supply of 433,000 fish per day, but that's all the tokenomics that they're giving us there. They did, of course, put the white paper. Let's look at the roadmap here to see what they've got planned. Okay, 3 centralized exchanges in the first quarter, so that's supposed to happen next week. They've even published it. Let's hope, people, let's hope. Lottery and voting, so they're planning on copying PancakeSwap and launching the lottery feature. Marketing phase 2, I don't know what that means. Decreasing emission rate, so they're going to obviously try and reduce the supply there. They're also going to try and list on 10 more centralized exchanges. I don't know if half the stuff here is true. I don't know if half of the stuff here is true. Okay, but anyways, I know that was long and laborious and probably annoying and boring, but it's important. It's important for you as an investor or potential investor to know exactly what you're investing in, okay? And I think it's important for me to tell you. But anyways, let's head over to mayoswap.com. I believe this is the site, mayoswap.com. And SNQ is in the chat. Welcome, SNQ. We appreciate you hanging out today. All right, so I believe one of our folks here asked about this. I completely forgot who, but let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so MayoSwap is a sister platform to Ketchup, right? And they're basically the same team, you can say. And they might have just copied the platform. They might have just like cloned the platform. So why am I telling you about this and why should you care? Well, let's actually go ahead and confirm that. So MayoSwap has been marketed, or rather cross-promoted on Ketchup. In other words, they're saying, hey, if you go onto MayoSwap, you can stake your Ketchup and you can start earning some Mayo tokens, and of course that means that you could potentially have a much higher return. So in simple language, this is just another opportunity for you to diversify. Personally, I'm not sure how I feel about diversifying my investment with the same team, right? Because if the same team that's behind Ketchup is behind this, then the same team is controlling both my assets, which means that the same team has the potential to do something sinister. And as you can see, I'm always super skeptical. So I don't know yet if I'll invest in Mayo. I don't know yet, but I'm just saying it's out there. It's on the Binance Smart Chain, and farming is meant to start on the 18th of June. So that's something that's really cool and really interesting. Pook says, hi, can you check One Piece DeFi? I see it interesting. Ooh, One Piece DeFi. Interesting. One Piece DeFi. What is the actual One Piece DeFi? OnePieceDefi.com. Okay, so OnePieceDefi.com. This is for all you One Piece fans out there. So interesting. All right. So let's see here. I think that this is also on the Binance Smart Chain here. It looks like it's very new. Have they actually started? It looks like they might have started. You can invest belly tokens and earn belly tokens. They're right now trading at around 40 cents. It looks like they've got some audits. Oh, this is the price chart that we want to see. Bogged Finance. Let's look at Bogged Finance price chart. By the way, I'm going to tell you about another project that I'm really interested in and might get into. All right, cool. So we have seen what is happening here. Okay, Bogged Finance is glitching out, you guys. Bogged Finance is glitching out. Let's try that one more time. Nope. Full screen does not work. Okay, anyways, I'll just try to make this a little bit bigger. So you can see that they probably started here, and then you saw a little bit of a dump happen, and this is probably due to the fact that the farming was turned on. So that had an initial, what on earth, that had a high of $28. Crazy. I hope that you guys did not buy this particular token at $28. But yeah, as you can see, this is super textbook, super normal for most platforms that have farming and liquidity protocols. This kind of crash is very, very normal when more supply enters the market. But let's go back to the site here and look at some of the rates that you could potentially earn. So if you put your USDT in there, you're paying a 4% deposit fee. You're earning 4.5% per day. It does not look like, there is a 4-hour harvest lock. So that means you will only be able to harvest after 4 hours. So in my opinion, if you want to get in here and you trust this platform, I'll probably just use the stable coin pools. Pick the one you like best. You've got USDC here, which is performing a little bit better than USDT. You've got some other coins as well, but just keep that 4% in mind and that 4-hour lockup in mind. Let's actually have a look at their white paper. I'm trying to find their white paper, but I'm not seeing it. Where is their white paper? Do they have a white paper? Pirate Lottery. What is this Pirate Lottery? Mini game. They've got some kind of mini game that they are talking about here. Pirate Lottery, Pirate Teams. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. NFTs, 2 weeks. Okay, so these are probably announcements. All right. So would I jump into this? I don't know. I don't know if I would jump into this. I don't know because I cannot see the white paper. I cannot read it for you, so I can't see what their tokenomics are. I can't see what their numbers are like, what their emission rate is like, what their fee structure is like. I can't see any of those things right now. So more digging is probably recommended before you decide that you want to jump into something like this. All right. Oh, we got some friends in the house here. I think these are some of my students. All right. Nice. Okay, cool. Obama IDK is in here. Nice. All right. Shredded Bra says, what do you think of Polydeer Finance? All right, let's have a look at Polydeer Finance. Polydeer Finance. We actually talked about this earlier, but we'll talk about it again. Obama says, yes, teacher, how are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you? All right, we actually did look at this earlier, and I'm pretty sure that I wrote down some of my responses here in the Telegram group. So I did actually look at this. Let me find my Telegram here, you guys. It should still be in the Telegram. It should still be in the Telegram. Polydeer. Okay, Polydeer. As you can see, we are very super active. So if you haven't joined the Telegram group, please go ahead and join it. That would Polydeer. Okay, here we go. This one is, I believe. I think, maybe. Okay, maybe this is something else. Oh no, that was Iron Finance. My bad, you guys. My bad. Yeah. So what is Polydeer? Polydeer is a similar liquidity protocol on the Polygon network. It looks like right now, if you are staking Deer, or actually any token for that matter, you are going to have some kind of harvest lockup. Okay, so what does that mean? That means you cannot harvest your tokens for a set period of time. Okay, so let's say, for example, you want to compound your investment. You won't be able to do so for 6 hours if you join this pool. But of course, if you join the pool that has the highest APR, you won't be able to compound for 240 hours. Crazy, you can't compound for 10 days? That's crazy. That is crazy, cray, yo. You've even got some crazier lockups here, like 336 hours. What the heck, you guys? Okay, so I think that obviously the best pool to join if you are considering Polydeer is to join the first pool here, because that means you can compound every day. And of course, the name of the game here is compound investing. So yeah, I would probably only consider the first pool, but as you can see, the APR here is pretty low. But in terms of their documents, let's see. I mean, personally, it's not that exciting to me. I'll show you what is exciting in just a sec. But let's actually look at some of the very important features here. They've got an anti-whale system, which means that if you try to sell more than 1% of the total supply, it will be rejected. Okay, so that's something that's really important. Also, you will experience something called high price impact if you try to sell a lot at one given time. Okay, so they're obviously explaining their whole smart harvest lockup here. So feel free to read that at your own time. Deposit fee redistribution. So there's a 4% deposit fee that is charged. Okay, so every time you put in, let's say $100, you're only able to use about 96% of that, which is $96 as liquidity, which means you're paying 4%, okay? Very, very important to understand. Let me see, vaults, we're not sure about that. Polydeer tokenomics. Okay, so there's a supply of 20 million. That's interesting to me because that tells me that that might be fixed or that might be capped. Okay, that's interesting. And if something is capped, if something is limited, especially if there's some kind of burn that happens, that means that that particular token has the potential to do well and increase in value over time. Very, very important. Block emission 0.1 Deer per block. Block time on the Polygon network, by the way, is 5 seconds. Block time on the BSC network is around 2 to 3 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So what they're saying is 0.8 Deer every 5 seconds. And then that means a total of 34,500 Deer per day will be launched. 9% will be sent to the developer's address. That's pretty high. That's pretty high, but that just means that you're not going to get a very high rate of return. However, what you do hold has the potential, we're not entirely sure, but it has the potential to increase in value over time because it has a fixed supply of 20 million. Okay, so yeah, interesting, very, very interesting. Proceed with caution though, you know, with anything, make sure you go in and read it for yourself, do some of your own research there. Okay, so let's see. Is anyone saying anything else? Rundown Fitness says, check the audits. Check out the audit. I can check the audit here. Contracts, audits. Okay, so they're saying that is coming soon, but I think we have 2 audits here. So the first audit is by Quantum. Okay, what are they saying here? Okay, okay. MasterChef contract details. Okay, so here they're obviously doing their network check, which is really important. So of course this is all specific to external network attacks. So they're saying that most of the site is pretty secure, except here you've got some low issues, and of course the design logic is also slightly a slight issue there. Wrong burning issue. They are sending tokens to a dead address in overridden _transfer functions instead of burning them in the token contract. Recommendation: there should be a burn instead of sending them to the dead address. So this is this particular auditor sees this as a potential risk for, instead of burning that 2% of tokens, potentially pocketing it. I don't know, but that's how I would read it. Low severity issues, block gas limits. The update emission rate function can fail due to the block gas limit if the pool size is too big. I mean, that's not super important, right? That's not that important. Add function issue if some LP tokens added to the contract twice. Okay, so here there's a double spend issue. So you could potentially spend twice. Owner privileges, transfer ownership of the Deer token to the master chef. Nice. So they have actually transferred their ownership to the master chef, which means that they are saying we relinquish control. We want to make sure we're transparent. We don't want to rug pull. Okay. Owner can change the Deer referral contract. Owner can change the referral commission rate. Owner can change the deposit fee. They can still change, even though they have transferred ownership. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, and the owner can drain tokens that are sent to the referral contract, which is useful for withdrawing tokens sent by mistake to the contract. So what this particular auditor is saying is that if they still have ownership rights, they could potentially change the deposit fee, make it 100%. So when you put in your deposit, you don't actually have any liquidity anymore because it just gets deducted as a fee. But of course, that seems to have been negated here because they said that they did transfer ownership to the master chef. Okay, so Deer token has been, so ownership of Deer token has been transferred to the master chef, and then ownership of the master chef has been transferred to Timelock, which means that they're saying that, hey, this is like super secure. We can't like undo that transfer. Yeah, I mean, look, it looks promising. It looks promising. I'm not gonna read this one because it might take too much time, but I think that looks promising in terms of safety. But again, you know, with anything, guys, please only invest what you think you are willing to lose. Don't put in more than you can lose. Please be safe out there, okay? I'm missing lots of chats. I apologize. And we have been streaming for a really long time, so, you know, I also apologize if I am rambling on here. All right, so Obama says, teacher, how are you? Teacher, make an Instagram group. No one uses Telegram. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Everyone in the crypto space uses Telegram. Everyone in the crypto space uses Telegram, my friend. And you should use Telegram as well. All of the investors are on there. That's if you want to be an investor, right? If you want to just like chat and hang out and all of that stuff, then yeah, maybe we can chat on Instagram. You can find my Instagram handle in the description there. Yes, I agree. That's instead 3 slides. Check out the audit. Okay, fine. Your 3 slides, no, mine. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. Teacher, what about Elon Musk and Bitcoin? We talked about this yesterday. Please go and watch the live stream from yesterday where we addressed the Wyckoff distribution event that is currently happening as a result of big institutional players. Please go and watch that if you don't understand what's happening with Bitcoin right now and what my thoughts are with regards to investing in Bitcoin. Your PC will explode. What are you guys talking about here? As you guys can see, we have teenagers in the chat, you guys. We have teenagers in chat. Okay, Mike Mather says, understanding the smart contract helps a great deal. Absolutely, absolutely. And unfortunately, it can be laborious, but hopefully you understand that it does take time to kind of understand these things, you guys. Shredded Bra says, thank you for the great tips, but what is MasterChef? Okay, so MasterChef is the main contract which is responsible for all of the protocols in the code, right? So, I mean, if we were to find a what is MasterChef contract? Let's see what Google says about this, right? So MasterChef. Okay, so you've probably heard of Sushi Swap by now. Blah 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 blah. Contract details. Blah 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 blah. Okay. We want to find the MasterChef definition. Okay, by the way, this is what it looks like. In case you are not familiar with a MasterChef contract, that's what the code looks like. And I'm not finding the definition there, so I am going to. MasterChef is okay. What does it? Oh my gosh, there's no. Unable to understand MasterChef contract in PancakeSwap. Okay, I'll just explain it in like simple language because I cannot find a dictionary definition for you. Okay, so the MasterChef is responsible for the minting of tokens. The MasterChef is also the thing that controls the flow of tokens. Okay, so the MasterChef is sort of like the main contract, the main protocol, and it's usually there in place as the final place where in case something happens to the site, let's say a DDoS attack happens to the site, that MasterChef contract is in place for investors, for example, to potentially get their funds back, right? And so in most cases, the owner of the platform won't have access to the MasterChef contract, if I'm not entirely mistaken. If any of you are developers out there, I'd love for you to also comment below and let me know your definition and if I got it completely wrong or not. All right, let's see here. Okay, so all right, so so Obama is saying so we should invest. Yes, I got 20K. Oh man, this is funny. You guys. Andre is in the house. Welcome, Andre. Welcome. Okay, so teacher, I want to understand how to invest. What is the first step? Okay. If you are interested in investing, please consider watching some of my other videos where I show you step-by-step in tutorial style how to invest in some of these projects. But it would be too long to actually explain right now. Okay, what we're doing is something called decentralized finance, and unfortunately, We've been here for like 2 hours already, so I think it's going to be too long to explain that. But please go and check some of my other videos. One of them is called How to Yield Farm. Another one is called How I Made $1,000 in 48 Hours. Go and watch those videos that will explain how you can get started investing step by step, okay? Last thing I want to show you guys, this is something I'm personally really interested in. Now again, my personal preference should not influence your decisions here, but this is something that I'm personally looking at right now. It's called Berserker Finance. It is also on the Polygon network, if I'm not mistaken. Let's actually try to connect here. Is it on the Binance Smart Chain? No, it's on the Polygon network. So we want to connect to MetaMask, and there we are. Perfect. Okay, so Berserker Finance is a brand new liquidity yield aggregator, same as we always have been using so far. And what's interesting is that they just turned on their liquidity farming protocol yesterday. Now, again, don't touch this token, please. That is going to tank in value. And if you want to see what that looks like, I'll show you in just a sec. But what they're going to do is they're going to launch some new pools starting very soon. And there you can put in your stable coins, etc. This is interesting. I'm not saying do this. I'm not saying don't do this. I'm saying look at it if you are interested in something on the Polygon network. I might consider it. But this is what we're looking at in terms of price performance here. And again, we cannot get full screen for some reason. So as you can see, we had an initial pump all the way up to $60+, and then it just obviously kept falling. Yesterday when the token farming started, which by the way, that main pool started yesterday, that of course dropped as it always does. And so right now we are looking at a drop from about, earlier today it was around $8, and then of course it fell now to about $3 something, and it's going to continue to fall. Okay, if you ever want to get the governance token, which means the main native token for the platform, I would always wait, and I said this yesterday, I would always wait till the very end, after all the dips, to see what the lowest buy-in price is, what the lowest buy-in point is. Okay, and so that's how we've been navigating Fish. That's how we've been navigating Ketchup for now, and so far we're doing pretty well. Okay, so I would wait if you want to buy the governance token, but if you want to use stable coins, definitely a safer way to go. Okay, cool. So I don't think that I have Obama says, can you make an album putting all the videos that help us learn how to invest? For sure, my friend, for sure. I can definitely do that. Yeah, so guys, I want to just tell you really quickly about our really awesome workshop. If you're somebody who is interested in not just building wealth through DeFi, but also learning how to build your own online business, I want to invite you to attend our free workshop on how to build and sell online courses. You don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to be anybody that's super experienced. You just have to want to share your knowledge. And if you attend this workshop, we'll show you how to go from zero to sales in less than 60 days and have a real business that brings in real revenue. Okay, and so that's something I'm really passionate about. Bluebrain is my company. I've owned this and run this company for the past 3 years. And so I'm really excited to invite you guys to that. Totally for free, by the way. Link in the description below. And with that, guys, I want to say thank you for bearing with me on this ranty, laborious episode today. Okay, firstly, we're in a very good position right now in terms of the portfolio. We're well over $200 a day, actually closer to $300 a day, but anything can happen in DeFi. And so to summarize today's episode, I want to say scams are very real. Okay, just because you see high APR numbers, it doesn't mean that is something you should invest in. You should always do your own due diligence, your own research. Today I demonstrated what some of that research looks like. It's laborious, it's boring, it's annoying. Sometimes you won't understand what you're reading. That's why we have a Telegram group, by the way. In case you haven't joined it, please join. You can ask any question you like in there. it's free to join as well, okay? On the right side, you see all my wonderful social media handles. So in case you have not followed me before on any of them, please feel free to do so. And hey, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. That tells the algorithms that more people should watch this content. If you haven't subscribed, please do so as well. Regardless of whatever platform you're on, we would love for you to join us on this journey. And so again, my main goal here is always to try and educate and always to just try and document what I'm doing. Everything I'm doing is very risky. So please, please, please only start if you've got money that you're willing to lose, okay? And with that said, guys, I'm gonna say thank you so much for your support. The channel is growing. You guys are making it happen. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to share in this amazing DeFi space. I love you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Take care.